right, before we get this episode started, after you watch this, if you enjoy it, please remember to subscribe, like, comment, and share. I really appreciate you taking the time to watch this video and my channel. A big thank you to you for that. Now, here's this week's episode. Jumbo perch and bears? Hey, just what's with the connection between black bears and jumbo perch? Well, you're just going to have to watch and find out. And after 17 to 18 hours of driving time, we turned off the blacktop, and in 4.5 miles on this dirt road through the woods, we'd finally arrive at camp. Now, we usually start our trip off searching for active fish, green weed growth, bait fish, etc. And Wes, Mike, and I, we sure love pan-fried perch. So usually we search areas and target perch. Another RO360 group searches for walleye patterns, and another for muskie. We kind of divide and conquer as we start out, and we share the info amongst the crew. Now, during Mike, Wes, and myself searching early in the week for perch patterns, or during the week as we harvest perch to take home, we are certainly not going to turn away walleye or pike that hit our perch offerings. Heck, we're going to try to do our share to provide for the one daily shore lunch for the whole RO360 crew while we are here for the week, whether it's catching, cleaning, or cooking. Heck, even helping out eating. And cleaning our plate. Somebody loves supper. It's a good meal, I take it? We're going to show you some unique perch habits and tendencies. We'll show you lake areas and explain where and why we fish for perch at those locations. We'll also show you some perch fishing rigging techniques and our personal favorite perch rig. And you'll see some of our results.
That's a bass!
No, that's a perch. Get it in here.
Perch. Oh my god!
Jumbo
That's
perch.
Perch.
Jumbo perch.
Oh my god.
Alright, hang
Oh
on.
my, you gotta undo this thing.
No,
Oh my god.
this is huge.
Now, hopefully, this info will help you in your pursuit of jumbo perch. The yellow perch we target here in Canada are the mid-sized member of the perch family. However, most perch caught are in the 6 to 9 inch range. Any perch larger than 9 inches or 1/2 pound in weight is considered to be a jumbo perch. Perch are comfortable in bright light situations. In fact, they cannot see well in dim light, which explains why they are easy prey for their night-feeding cousin, the walleye. Now, good-sized perch are abundant in relatively cool, clear lakes with areas of sand, gravel, or rock bottoms and moderate vegetation. Now, lakes with too many weeds may sometimes have perch populations in large quantities, but they will consist of a vast majority of smaller fish. The problem is the dense weed cover provides excellent cover for young, smaller perch where they can escape predation. Too many perch end up surviving, which results in stunted overall smaller perch population. Our travel to Canada for fishing coincides with the Canadian Muskie Opener around the third weekend of June. So when searching for Canadian jumbo perch, we focus on late spring, early summer locations, and sometimes, depending on seasonal weather patterns, we may come across the late spawning activity location. So we are going to identify lake areas related to those two calendar conditions: spawning in spring, and then late spring and early summer areas. Now, most yellow perch spawn at night or early in the morning, and they prefer water temps in the 43 Fahrenheit to 48 Fahrenheit range for spawning. Yellow perch will start their spawning movements to shallower water in mid-April to early May, depending on seasonal weather conditions. Now, perch are selective as to preferred spawning areas within the lake. They prefer sand, gravel, or rock bottoms with scattered weeds or brush. They'll spawn in shallow protected bays in water depths of 5 to 10 feet, or even sometimes less. Spawning occurs as the female deposits her eggs and the males swimming alongside of her release their milk. The eggs are clustered in jelly-like strands that cling to weeds, brush, and other debris. The egg strands vary in color from white to yellow, and a typical strand contains about 20,000 eggs. The eggs hatch into fry in 14 days, and the newly hatched fry move to open water for several weeks. Then return to the shallows, eventually forming huge schools of perch that draw in predator fish. Now, yellow perch have a lifespan of generally 9 to 10 years, and again, most yellow perch will attain a 6-inch to 9-inch size in their lifetime.
What you got there, Wes?
Perch.
Small one? Yeah.
So remembering the bottom structure requirements for yellow perch, spring spawning areas to look for in the lakes are: number 1, isolated bays. Number 2, main lake bays. Number 3, shallow water on protected side of points. And finally, number 4, the tops of mid-lake shoals and sunken islands. Now, post-spawn activity, usually in late spring, has the yellow perch hanging around their spawning areas for several weeks. Look for those perch anywhere from 8 to 10 feet up to 15 to 20 feet, depending on the structure of the spawning area. Sometimes they remain there unless the summer weather warms the water temps, forcing them into cooler, deeper water. Jumbo perch prefer water temps between 65 degrees Fahrenheit and 70 degrees Fahrenheit. When summer temperatures force the perch into deeper, cooler water, they often gather around rocky shoals and sunken islands. The best submerged islands are isolated from other structural elements and have numerous projections and points. During the day, the perch will feed along the irregular shaped structure points in deeper water. In the evening, they'll move into shallow water up to 5 feet or so, but in direct proximity of the irregular contour points. So, remembering the structural requirements, the late post-spawn spring and early summer areas to look for in the lakes are, number one, deeper portions of spawning bays or areas. Number two, shoreline points. Number three, drop-offs and mid-lake sunken islands. Number four, edges of shoreline shoals with submerged weeds. And number five, submerged points. Next, let's review some yellow perch tendencies that you can use to your advantage when perch fishing. Now, yellow perch are attracted to bright colors, such as yellow, red, orange, and blue. When anchored and still fishing, one trick is to attach colored plastic flags to your anchor rope to attract the perch to your location. Now, you can also add strands of bright colored yarn to your jig head. You wrap the yarn with fly tying winding thread and a drop of glue to hold it in place. Now, perch at times will grab the end of your bait and swim away quickly. And when you go to set your hook, you end up missing the fish and find only half of your bait remaining. Now, to counter this, try pulling gently when you feel the first bite. This gentle pull will make the perch feel that its meal is trying to escape, and he'll swallow the bait, thus assuring a good hook set. Now, early season perch will feed in shallow water on aquatic insects. Another trick when anchored and still fishing is to use one small anchor to bounce off the bottom occasionally, stirring up silt and aquatic insects to attract the perch. Now let's take a look at fishing rod setups and rigging techniques used for Canadian jumbo perch. An open face spinning reel and light rod is a good all-around choice. But a rod with fast action, as depicted on the left, bends mainly near the tip and works best for detecting strikes and good hook sets. A medium action rod, as depicted on the right, is more flexible. It'll bend more and make it easier to cast even small lures. Now, many fishermen use a closed face spinning reel because the push button reel is more tangle free and easier to cast and use than open-faced reels. And cane poles or telescopic fiberglass poles should be stiff enough to hoist the fish out of openings in the cover. 12 to 16 foot poles are commonly used. Now, fishing lines can be an extensive subject of manufacturers, line weights, line types, etc. Suffice to say, use the manufacturer and line type you prefer, such as easy cast line, abrasion resistance line, etc. But keep in mind that a limp type monofilament line will allow for more bait action and better casting distance. Bobber types can also be an extensive subject, from fixed bobbers that are a fixed attachment on your line, to slip bobbers that allow you to adjust your depth presentations, and casting bubbles that can add water weight to help in casting light lures. Now, the most sensitive bobber for perch fishing is the quill bobber. They lie flat on the water, then tip up as shown on the right when there is a strike. Because of the perch attraction to bright colors, one type of rig is a spinner rig. Use a clevis, as shown on the left, with a bright colored blade and several bright colored plastic beads above your hook. bait your hook with a minnow or worm, and use this as a casting or trolling bait. Now, when still fishing with jigs, you can add bright colored yarn to the jig head, wrapped with fly tying thread, and held on with a drop of glue. Be sure to have a wide variety of bright colored jig heads in 1/32 and 1/16 ounce sizes. Another tip is to twist a 4 to 5 inch strip of aluminum foil above your jig and bait presentation. The foil strip will flash light in all directions to attract the perch. Now, if you're an ice fisherman, you can take an ice fishing lure and remove the hook from an ice fishing lure such as a Swedish pimple. Add about a foot of 4 to 6 pound test line with a minnow on your hook. Now lower this jig setup until it touches the bottom. Reel it up several inches and jig the lure up and down to attract the perch to the minnow. Now, my personal favorite setup for Canadian jumbo perch fishing is a 6-foot medium action graphite rod, capable of handling 6 to 10 pound test fishing line. I also prefer the closed face spin cast reel. Now, because of the timing of our trip to Canadian waters, when fishing for perch, I prefer using a slip bobber setup so I can easily adjust depth presentations. Because depending on the seasonal weather patterns, we're not sure if we're going to be fishing deep or shallow or a combo of the two. And my recommendation is to use 8 to 10 pound monofilament from the reel to the barrel swivel. Then a 1 to 2 foot monofilament leader using 4 to 6 pound test line. For my slip bobber setup, I use 10 pound test line with a 6 pound 1 to 2 foot leader that allows for break-offs if required. This way, you'll only lose your leader and jig and not your whole slip bobber setup. Now, the setup you see has the 6 pound leader line attached to a barrel swivel. I also use the barrel swivel to attach my 10 pound line to the leader line. I attach a bullet nose weight above the barrel swivel to reduce the slip bobber's contact with the barrel swivel. The weight of the bullet nose, swivel, and jig attached to the leader line allows me to forego any additional weight attachment to this setup. On top of the slip bobber stem, I have added an attachment to hold a small glow light stick for night fishing. Above the slip bobber is the stopper bead, and above that I use a pre-tied bobber stop which I can slide up and down to adjust the depth and tighten by pulling the ends. Now, a typical bait setup is a bright colored 1/32 ounce or 1/16 ounce jig head tipped with Canadian night crawlers. Now, I pinch off about 1 inch of the night crawler and cover the hook by sliding it on and leave little or no bait trailing the hook. This way, I'll increase my hookup percentages. Plus, this setup works well for the predator cousin of the perch, the walleye, and it's the exact same rig I use for walleye fishing. Now, it's not uncommon to catch jumbo perch, walleye, and northern pike with this method. So now that we've gone over perch locations during the early spring spawn and late spring spawning and early summer, and reviewed some perch tendencies, some tactics, and some strategy info to put the percentages in your favor. Now, let's take a look at some results of the RO360 crew after putting together the pieces of the jumbo perch puzzle at various lake locations during our usual week of fishing. Let's start out southeast of the camp, deep in an isolated bay, as we run across some perch still holding in the shallow water of the spawning bay.
Mine's actually at the bottom. Just so you know.
Well, we were perch fishing just on the shoreline.
Dad.
I was just about to narrate a little, and my son Mike hollered out to let me know I had a bobber down. Heck, I just managed to land a nice bonus crappie. In fact, the perch action got so intense, and I was busy changing out jigs to the hot pink color so we could all start catching perch. All right, we were fishing down the line here, caught a couple of nice 9.5 perch, and then we were motoring back into this area because there's some downed wood in the water here and that. And as we were coming, Mike spotted the fish. This is about 3 feet of water. He spotted a long, narrow fish. We spooked him. He just saw a flash as it went through the shallows. So Wes is pitching a musky bait now, and it's funny because the perch fishing turned off completely. We were here for 15-20 minutes and not a single bite. So I'm pretty sure there was a muskie or northern that we spooked, and the perch fishing just kind of shut down now. So Wes is pitching musky baits top water, seeing if he can't catch that fish. We know there's one in here shallow. We come down here on the way down the South Cedar Lake, a little bay we had discovered the other day. Pulled in here right away, couple of 10s, perch, 10-inch perch, and then a crappie, a couple more perch. What do we got, 4 perch and a crappie? Or 5?
6 perch and a crappie.
6 perch and a crappie. They're kind of covered up there, but there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 perch and a nice crappie we ended up with. We must have caught 20 fish, about 20 fish and 6 keepers in here. So it kind of shut down now. We're going to try it a little longer here till about 2 o'clock. Next, let's head northwest from camp to check out another perch hotspot for the RO360 crew, Nelson Lake, and a few favorite spots: the Beaver Dam, Pearl Wallcrap Bay, and the Trapper's Cabin area. Now, here are some RO360 crew videos of Wes, Mike, and Lee Rapant over the years in Pearl Wallcrap Bay.
Put this on.
We're in Nelson Lake, right around the corner, fishing right here. We got into some perch, some fantastic perch action.
Okay.
All right, there he is, the perch master. He was keeping count. He was catching them faster than we could bait his hook.
Toss the line in 3 feet away from the boat. Cha-ching. 1, cha-ching. 2. Fish right after another. Right after another. Cha-ching.
Did we have fun tonight,
Yes.
finally?
Yes,
We
and I
caught
caught
fish.
23 fish.
Very good. Give me a high five on that. All right.
I would have caught more, but I was taking his fish off.
Come on, take it. Came off. That was a better fish.
I got one. A little perch.
Hey, that was a northern. I just got bit off. That was a big fish.
You got this, Wes, or do you need help?
I'll try.
I just got bit off. That was a northern. Because I had a good bend in the rod.
The reason that I'm throwing a musky bait is because I'm not sure if it is a musky, but I was reeling in this small perch, and all of a sudden I see this huge tail swipe, and then the only thing I can see is his tail. I'm not sure, but he was heading out in that direction last time I saw him. So.
All right, high percentage chance for a muskie or a big northern possibly in here. Something had my fish. I ended up with like a 3-inch perch.
And it stayed down like.
Go ahead, tell him.
It stayed down like he had a muskie on it.
Yeah, the bobber was way down for the longest time, and then all of a sudden came up real easy by the side of the boat, and here was this little 3-4 inch perch. So it had to have been, maybe that muskie had that perch, but I looked at the perch, I didn't see any teeth mark or anything in it. So I don't know. But there's something bigger down here going after the fish as we're reeling them in, so he's gonna throw some muskie baits. Where is he? Wes's first fish.
Here, let me help get him off. I'll fix your worm.
First fish. Here we go. What's this first? The perch. Small. 6-7 inches. 8-inch perch. All right, Wes. Wes has got the hot hand. So, how many fish have we caught so far today, Wes? You caught about 7 yourself?
Probably the same.
About 14, 15 fish. And that's the truth. I'm not lying. My bobber is in the water not 5 feet from anybody else's. Their bobbers are going down. Fish aren't taking mine. What are you gonna do? So we've been perch fishing, what, about 2 hours? Yeah, about 2 hours. Caught a ton of perch. A lot of them just undersized.
And I had a big northern come up to the boat, swallow it, spit it out right out the boat. I'm like, oh my god, that's a big northern! Oh my god, that's a big fish! Bring it out!
Somebody likes fishing. Anyways, we ended up with 4 jumbo perch. So I think we're at a total of, we had 10?
We had
I
5.
got my first walleye today.
Oh, that's right. Tell them, how big of a walleye did you catch?
11.5-inch walleye.
First walleye.
First walleye. Right out of that corner, right over there, right out of that pocket.
So I gotta show them? Right out of that corner, right out of that pocket.
Fourth fish, 2013 Canada. A little walleye, caught it over here, right where, this is where I caught all 23 perch.
Okay, have Dad videotape it in the net. Just leave it in the water a little bit, he'll videotape it.
I can't see the line. There we go.
Got it? There's his walleye. I'll hold him like this because I don't want you to, you can hold up the bottom, you get a picture.
Cool, Wes.
Are you having fun?
Nah.
Duh.
Duh. I'm fishing.
Bobber is down, Wes. Wes, your bobber is down.
Got a fish?
Got one.
It might be that weed bed, though. Don't forget.
I got one.
Do you? Ooh, what'd you get?
Swing him in, that may be a good jumbo, don't let him get loose. Swing him in. Whoa.
That'll look cool on the camera.
Yeah, is that a jumbo?
No.
Yeah, that's close to a keeper.
Can I? Either that or take the camera. Take the camera.
Well, now my hand's full of fish. Okay.
Okay, he's a little jumper.
You can get him off, measure him, and... I'm trying to run the camera and catch fish.
He's not a keeper, Dad.
Measure him. What do we got?
7.
Nah.
Go ahead.
Oh, you got a fish?
I know I do. Let's see what we got here for a day of fishing. We got a video production going on.
Look at those perch.
I know, that's what I got the video camera on it for. I want to see these jumbo perch. Where are these jumbo perch? Holy crap, look at these perch.
11 and a half.
Get out of here, that's it?
Yeah.
Those are nice.
Is that boys?
Huh?
Is that boys?
Yes.
Can't skunk these Wisconsin boys, can you?
Very nice. Next stop is Eyebolt Bay as we head northeast of the camp and up the North Channel. Now, why is it called Eyebolt Bay? Well, as you turn into the bay out of the North Channel, there is an anchor eyebolt that had been drilled into the rock edge on the southwest corner of the bay. As it was explained to us, this had something to do with the logging days to control the floated cut logs on the North Channel with some type of rope tie-off on this eyebolt. So it's known forevermore as Eyebolt Bay. So enough of the history. Let's get into the fishing action.
Let me do this, guys. Oh.
The other way. He poops.
Oh, he's pooping all over me.
Here, I'll put him back in the water. Put him back in the water, rinse him off. He's scared to poo out of him, Ness.
The loon went down in a minute. She must be camera shy.
Go ahead. He opened his mouth for his thumb, though. He's hungry.
So that loon was staying around in the area and keeping an eye on us. Boat.
That's a bass!
No, that's a perch. Get it in here.
Perch.
Oh my god!
Jumbo
That's
perch.
a jewel perch.
Jumbo perch.
Oh my god.
Alright, hang
Papa,
on.
you gotta undo this thing.
No,
Oh my god.
this is huge.
That's a big perch.
Now, we had caught perch for a while, but then the crappie bite turned on as the perch disappeared. And that loon was still hanging around us. Look at the sunset. It's what time here?
9:30?
9:15. Still pretty light out. Nice colors. And we added to our haul. Oh, he's dancing. Pull him up. Let's see what we added to. We got a nice crappie, another jumbo perch in here.
See the size of that big fish? That's mine. The crappie and that other big fish.
He got the big perch and the big crappie.
Yep, you got your biggest crappie, your biggest walleye, your biggest jumbo perch today. How does it feel to fish in Canada? Musky bait, musky bait. Now, just as the predator fish had been going after our perch catches previously, we had a similar experience here in Eyebolt Bay. Check this out. Right behind us. Got a big old perch. She just ate it.
And I caught a big jumbo perch, say like this big. It felt like the jumbo perch was like this big. Jumbo something. It felt like a doorbell. That's how strong.
How is it for you guys?
I raised one and I caught a reef hog.
You caught a reef hog?
I caught it in a reef hog.
What color?
Blue and white.
Oh, you got Uncle Craig's reef hog? All right.
Yeah.
Now, back to Nelson Lake on the north end and the Trapper's Cabin spot.
He's turning his head, that's why he's asking.
Blue heron in the top of the tree.
And I got a fish. This guy's a little bigger.
Oh,
yeah.
that might be a keeper.
Oh, that could be a keeper. Get it in the boat. Get it in the boat.
It's in the boat.
We may have our first keeper of the evening, but I've never seen a blue heron this high in a tree.
He's spying up your fish, dude. Ooh, ooh, ooh.
Another little one. We must have caught 50 to 60 again tonight in the hour. Well, I mean, well, 50 maybe, eh? Because I was catching them real quick. But only 2 keepers. Missed them.
Okay, I'm on video now, so catch something big.
We'll try.
Huh?
We'll try.
We're trying. We've been catching all night.
Sure, I turn the camera on and nothing anymore.
No.
Right here.
Got it?
Wes got one right at the boat.
Oh, little guy.
Yeah, it's still fun.
Yeah.
All right, last cast for me.
Oh, there's one right there.
Oh, that was way under. I missed them.
Your bobber's getting action again, though, Dad.
Yeah. See it. Come on, one last fish here.
Dad, yours is.
Yeah. I see. Gotta go down.
It is.
No, not there. Got him.
Is that a better one?
They're hard to tell.
Well, I got a little.
No, he's gonna be 8 again.
I got one. Double
Ooh.
header. Well, this guy might be this
Way to finish off, Wes.
right over
Hold your
there.
fish up.
A double header.
A double header to finish. Hey, double header. And they're both about 8 inches, and they're both going back. Got him?
Take my worm. Take the worm, you little sucker.
No. Throw him
He's
over.
not gonna take it.
All right, we're going. That's it. We're done.
Wes.
We gotta get back by dark.
Oh,
Starting to get too dark. We got a 15-minute ride back to camp.
did he eat it?
Yeah, it's in his mouth. He's eating it.
Good.
All right, let me
You're
get
such a
this
good kid,
camera
Wesley.
running. And Wes, you can talk about it. What do we catch?
We caught
2 keepers. Are you videoing?
Yeah.
2 9-inch perch brings us to 11 for the day.
one more keeper.
We couldn't get a dozen, but we got 11.
Okay, we're on the north side of Nelson Lake up by the trapper cabin by the mouth of the channel going to that other lake. Been here a good, I'd say 30 minutes. We've caught 27 perch. Biggest one so far was 9 inches.
This one may be a keeper.
So Wes just got one. We're gonna measure this one up. We were just talking about possibly moving. And now we're getting slightly bigger fish, so I would just as soon stay. Measure that one up there, Wes, and see what we got. I think it's gonna be short.
9.5.
9.5?
Oh wait, no, 8.5.
8.5, all right.
Started at 1.
Throw them back. All right, but now we've got some bigger fish, the last couple of fish, so let's stick it out for a while.
This may be a keeper.
Nope. You shake off? You gotta tell me where you caught him and how you caught him.
No.
Yeah, go ahead. Hold him up a little higher if you can. Oh, there we go.
We were nailing perch down on the south end.
Nelson Lake.
Yeah. And there's a trapper's cabin, and we were nailing them here. And then I caught a small perch, and I was reeling it in. And here comes this loon trying to eat the perch when it was still on my line. And Papa thought it was a big northern going after it. And then I saw it pop up right there, and I'm like, oh, that was the loon. And then I was all scared. It was funny. We had to wait for like half an hour, 20 minutes for the loon to go away.
All right, hold on one more time. There it is.
Then perch.
Finally, we'll take you southwest of the camp to Times Square Bay South. Let's check out our perch action there.
What you got there, Wes?
Perch.
Small one? Yeah.
With Wes busy catching perch, I spotted a couple of eagles perched in a tree above us in the bay. I started to take photos thinking to myself, first we got pike chasing our perch, then loons eating our perch. Now these eagles are keeping a close eye on our perch fishing activities. What's next?
We interrupt the eagles because I had to catch his 10-inch perch. Okay, back to the eagles. Little guy going in, and Wes's, he's gonna measure him.
That was the first fish I caught today, by the way.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Man, that is a keeper.
Ooh, he's a fat one too. He's heavy.
That's how much that the other one had on it.
No, that one wasn't as bad as this one.
Stop, you punk. They get them side gills and they go right into your hand.
Catching perch right across from the camp. It's a little bay. In fact,
They're not.
where is our...
You can go to the right a little bit. It's down right away. Watch this.
That's our camp right there. The one we're staying
Oh,
in.
this one's bigger too.
He's got another one.
Get in there, Wes.
Maybe he got a smallie this time.
I bet it's like the identical sized fish I just caught. He stopped. He kind of gave up.
Oh, it's a nice clean one.
He's pretty.
We're catching perch.
Although the two eagles watched over us most of the time we were there that day, they didn't interfere with our fishing, and we managed to land a few nice keeper jumbo perch. Hey, I almost forgot about the bears. Well, on Friday night, after we've packed most of our gear for a Saturday 6 a.m. departure for home, we head out of camp.
Hey, Wes, why don't you tell everybody where we're headed?
The bear dome.
Now, once we hit the blacktop, it's a few miles down the road to hit this turnoff to get into the bear dump. Now, we make sure we arrive early before the bears show up so that we can reconnoiter the area for the best spots that the bears might come into.
Yeah, let me out.
Just a minute, Wes. Check behind you. It's just gonna slide down. Well, if Mom would What is it with the flags? Are you kidding me? They'll go down there. No, not yet. Puppy's got it all. I think that's a baby dog.
I can't get a good look at the other one.
It's very, it's cleaner.
Oh, look at this, look at this. You keep calling him, Mike. He's looking for a way to come over by us. He's looking to come over by us, I think. You know? No, you don't think so?
No.
Oh, Papa, I got an idea. For the video, from
Ooh, look at this. He stood up on his hind legs, Mike.
Did you just throw him back?
Yeah, there was a box. He's climbing the garbage pile. Can't though. It's too big.
You know, he's ripping open. He found something. He smelled something in that garbage bag. He's tearing it open. Maybe it was from a fire when they just dumped it here. Maybe something caught on fire and they got rid of it here.
What's he got in his mouth? Anything?
What the heck is that?
Maybe another bear coming?
Mm-hmm.
Because you can see the trail right there through those pines.
Oh, there had been how many in here at one time?
That is a cub.
That's a little one. Maybe mom and the cub.
It looks like he's laughing because he's breathing heavy.
Oh, look at the vultures.
I hear him. There's some over there.
So we got 1, 2. Here comes one, straight out. Hey, that one's coming around. I would suggest we get closer to the truck. Yeah, come on. This one's coming around here by us. And there's another one coming out of the woods.
If you go over there, you can see him.
Guys, this one's coming closer over here.
Yeah. I suggest we stay a little closer to the truck now.
They're in a
coming
barrelition.
They smell.
They smell food.
Little kid.
Yeah.
That one just powered right up the
He
hill.
came up that hill,
He could come up that hill if he wanted to.
and we didn't even hear him.
But there is another one in the road back that way. And that one up on the hill is.
This is the closest encounters we've had here.
I think it's going over there by the pool.
We were just standing out there. Yeah, he came up.
It's going to its cub.
Hey, he or she came up that hill.
Okay, Joe, get inside.
We didn't even hear that thing come up the hill.
Standing over there, and she's right behind
Joe,
her.
get inside. He turned at you. It's time to start your shot. Yeah, sorry. If you were videoing.
I was.
Sorry, okay.
Well, you know, they think this black truck is the mother bear.
Yeah,
Mother
let's start
of
it
all
up and
bears.
have it growl.
The mother of all bears.
We were just standing outside.
Here's us in the car. Here's the bears.
Thanks for inside.
Where is the bear?
It's right there.
Right there.
Oh yeah.
Chip.
Oh shit.
So we got 1,
That's a
2,
cub.
3,
That's her cub.
4, 5, 6.
She's smelling granola bar. Look at her. Look at that nose. You guys got any granola bars?
Yeah, right here.
Jim, go out there and feed that one to the granola.
In your hand.
Yeah, but you get attacked, though.
See, this is just like the scene from Great Outdoors.
You gotta
Put it on
whistle.
top of the roof.
Yeah, put it on the roof.
Oh, it's sitting on it. Really, Jim?
Yeah, you just ate it. That was good. Got any more?
Really, Jim? Now he's gonna come after more.
You know what?
Oh my gosh, wait till Mom sees this video.
Well, if he comes, he's not going to go down that hill. I know that. It's too steep.
Chip is clapping birds. He's on this side.
Yeah, okay, but we're going to come and we're going to get some more of that granola bar.
Did our start? Did we check that first?
Start it up once, so see what shit. You're gonna have a bear.
Okay.
Okay.
They're all in it.
There's that other one.
They're probably thinking it's dumping time. Like a big dump truck coming
Look
in.
at this.
Oh my
This is the most
bears
Bear.
I've ever seen.
Okay.
action we've had.
Before Mom shoots at her.
Oh, look what your son and I did. We were like 10 feet away from a real life bear. 4, 5, 6. There was another one somewhere.
All those baby cubs, they come running out of the hole.
Pretty exciting, huh, Wes?
Yeah, are you still bored? You want to play some video games?
Yeah, no.
do that.
This is real life, Wes. Bears at the dump.
Bears eating shit.
Oh, no. Oh,
Just freak out. Just watch my knee because it hurts. What did you say? I'm not used to step bars on a
Here he comes. He's coming back. He goes, this thing gave me something good to eat.
The mother bear. The
bl-
mothership.
The black mother bear.
you should have a green truck.
Definitely can.
You should, are you
like
taking
the-
a picture?
I like the bear sitting
Beware
next
of the
to
bear.
beware of
Yeah,
the bear
that's what I
sign.
was just gonna do too.
Now, be sure to join us on our next episode as we do our fall prep work and our setups for our upcoming fall deer hunts. Plus, we'll review our preseason trail cam pictures from our central Wisconsin hunting property. And our northern Wisconsin Vantagie deer camp. And we'll put together our data review package for whitetail activity opportunities for the upcoming fall hunts. Hey, from all of us here at Rapant Outdoors 360, we want to thank you for watching, and we'll catch you on the next video. Feel free to comment below, or if you don't want to comment in the public eye, we can also be reached at rapantoutdoors360@gmail.com. Now, if you know somebody you think might enjoy this video series, please feel free to go ahead and share this video or this link with your friend. And as always, whether you fish or hunt, remember, practice CCR. Catch, conserve, replenish. Make sure that that resource is available for future generations. See you next time, guys.